Okay, I make a motion that we open tonight's town board meeting of May 5th, 2025 at 7:01 p.m.
I'll second.
Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Poole,
Richardson.
aye.
Oh, excuse me, Richardson, aye.
Okay, community announcements. We have upcoming classes at Smith's Clove Park. You ready, Val? Okay. Upcoming classes at Smith's Clove Park. It's a teen self-defense and film class. These are happening on Thursdays from May 8th through June 12th. Takes place from 5 to 6 p.m. It's $25 for the six-week class for Monroe residents, and it's $50 for non-residents. If you'd like to register, you can contact activities@monroeny.org or call the park office at 845-783-9108. Oh, and that's for the self-defense class. For the Monroe film class, it's a similar thing, except it's every Wednesday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Filmmaking, 101, script writing, lighting design, acting, directing, Monroe Film Festival. You can sign up by calling Smith's Clove Park at the same phone number. It's $10 for residents or $20 for non-residents. All right. Keeping in line with the free movies for veterans, we will be collaborating with Orange County Veterans again to show the movie Warfare on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night, May 7th, 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. This is open to veterans. Each guest will receive a popcorn and a drink. We'd like to ask that you reserve tickets for you and a guest, so you can do that by calling 845-291-2470. Congressman Pat Ryan has his Constituent Advocacy Resources Empowerment Services, his CARES van, and that will be visiting Town Hall on Thursday, May 15th, 2025, between 10 a.m. and noon at Town Hall, right here. For more information, or if you have any questions, or if you need an assistance but can't make the event, you can contact the supervisor's office. Mary, did you want to talk about the disco party?
Well, the library is running an event, and it's based on the 70s disco theme. So on Friday, May 16th, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the library, which is located at 44 Mill Pond Parkway, they're going to have dancing, karaoke, video games, board games, candy bar, and refreshments. So it should be a fun evening. And if you like the 70s, that's the place to be.
What song are you singing, Mary? You signed up?
Yeah, I'm signed up.
You want to take the next one, too, for the yard sale?
Sure. They also hold a community yard sale event, and it's also held at 44 Mill Pond Parkway, and it's going to be held on Saturday, May 17th from 9 to 4 p.m. Should it rain, because that seems to be the kind of weather we're having now, the rain date will be May 31st. They still had some tables available for vendors. It's about $20 a spot, and you should see Joanne at the library because she's the coordinator for that event.
The Playhouse at Museum Village is presenting Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. This is taking place on Friday, Saturdays, Sundays, May 2nd, 9th, and 16th, May 3rd, 10th, and 17th, May 4th and 18th, and also Thursday, May 15th. There's various times. You can get the information on the town website. If you would like to reserve tickets, you can call 845-294-9465. And if you have any other questions, you can visit www.attheplayhouse.org. There is limited seating, so make your reservations ahead of time, and the tickets are $26, and it includes their signature slice of pie.
Delicious.
I've never had it.
It's really
I've been
good.
to a couple of shows there. I've never
They had
had it.
apple pie when I was there, yep.
Yeah, that's what they had when I was there, too.
Yep.
And finally, nope, two more. There's a free rabies clinic that's going to be taking place at the Woodbury Community Center, which is located at 3 Coach Wilson Trail in Highland Mills. otherwise known as the Res, and it's happening from 9 a.m. to noon. It's free rabies vaccines for dogs, cats, and ferrets. I didn't realize there was a big call for ferrets and rabies vaccines.
If I can add to that?
Yeah.
So this is for Town of Monroe residents. It's Town of Monroe, Village of Harriman that we license for. You will need to show your ID. They will have to look you up to confirm that you are in fact a Town of Monroe resident. The town of Blooming Grove, Chester, they have Monroe mailing addresses, so there's a little confusion there. So in order for us to license those particular pets, we need to make sure that you are a Town of Monroe resident. They're going to do the licensing for us, collect the fee for the license if you need to have your dog licensed, and they will get that to us. We will then in turn issue the license and the ID tag that goes on the dog.
Thank you, Bill. And now, finally, the mobile DMV updates. The mobile DMV has been very popular all across Orange County. They have canceled all of their locations for the month of May. There's been a significant number of people coming into the government center for the Real ID that they need to direct all of their resources to the government center. It will return for the month of June. So if you want to take a look at what that schedule will be, you can go on to the orangecountygov.com website and search for mobile DMV unit. Okay. So item 4.1, acceptance of the April 21st, 2025 minutes. I'll make a motion that we accept those minutes.
I'll second.
Call the question. Before that, any changes,
Nope,
comments?
it was good.
No? Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, abstain.
5.1, the general fund abstract. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the general fund abstract 25-9 containing checks 36707 through 36761 totaling $283,910.50.
Will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Aye.
So moved, in the words of our supervisor. 5.2, the escrow fund abstract. I make a motion that we approve the abstract 25-06 escrow fund containing checks number 2209 and 2211 totaling $50,762.60.
Bingham will second.
Any questions? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Aye.
So moved. Okay, we are moving right along. New business, item number 6.1 is Justin Acevedo, seasonal laborer for Smith's Clove Park. I'd like to make a motion that we approve Justin Acevedo for the position of seasonal laborer at Smith's Clove Park for an employment period of May 12th, 2025 through October 15th, 2025 at an hourly rate of $18. Justin has been pre-approved for employment by Orange County Department of Human Resources and approved by resolution by the Monroe Joint Parks and Recreation Commission.
I'll
Bingham will
second.
second.
Any questions? Excellent. Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Item 6.2, we have a resignation from the Conservation Commission. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the resignation of Christopher Shaw from the Conservation Commission effective April 30th, 2025. Sure, why don't you come up?
Thank you, Dory. I'd just like to thank Chris publicly. Sorry, Dennis Fordham, Chair of Conservation Commission.
I've never seen you before. I have no idea who you are.
Chris Shaw was a member for just over a year, made major contributions to the Conservation Commission, and hopefully going forward, some of the things that he helped me with will be of benefit. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight, so that we could all thank him jointly. He is moving away from the area. He's going to Nashville for circumstances beyond his control. But again, I want to thank him for all the work that he has done. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you,
That was
Dennis.
very
Thank
nice,
you.
Dennis.
I definitely second that. He has
Yeah.
been a huge asset, and he has a wealth of knowledge, and he will be sorely missed.
He will be. He definitely will be. So I make a motion that we accept his resignation.
Bingham will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay.
Want to talk about how there's now an opening that we've
Well,
advertised? and
so yes, we've advertised for an opening. That's gone out through email and through all of our contact points. Item 6 point, although I really don't think that there's a way to replace Christopher Shore, but.
We'll try.
Item 6.3, return of escrow. I make a motion to approve the return of escrow to Ilona Bitos on her ZBA application in the amount of $1,054.01. Her application has been completed and the variance has been granted. All invoices have been paid.
Bingham will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. Item 6.4, we have a training approval request from the assessor's office. I make a motion approving Carla McNamara, assessor, to attend the 2025 Cornell Seminar on Professional Development from July 13th, 2025 through July 18th, 2025 at the Hotel Ithaca with a total estimated cost of $1,679, which includes registration, travel, and accommodations. I don't see that it includes meals, though. So,
Accommodation. Hotel.
that's what it looks like. It's just the hotel. I mean, they may have breakfast provided for.
Want to round
So,
up with
I
meals
think,
for the
I think we
day?
should. Oh, meals.
meals
Nope,
are there.
there are meals.
Yeah.
42 times 5. Okay. So then I approve it for the $1,679.
I'll second.
I made the motion. Sal seconded. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay. Item 7.1 has been asked to postpone until next meeting,
19th.
to the May 19th meeting.
Did we skip
Yep.
from 6.4 to 7.1?
6.4
Okay, yeah,
was
sorry.
the last one. That's the assessor's office training approval.
That was me.
Okay. All right. I don't think we've ever gotten to this point this quickly before.
Can I ask one question? Why are we
Absolutely.
delaying the 7.1?
We're delaying it?
The applicant has asked to postpone it until the May 19th.
Okay.
So,
I have a motion from the floor. So there is the issue at hand of the Town of Monroe Town Board enacting the state legislation authorizing the town to adopt a hotel motel occupancy tax that also pertains to short-term rentals. And the board has discussed this at several town board meetings, and actually Dory and I and Mary spoke with Carl Bravenek, I believe, last year around Memorial Day. And unfortunately, due to the backup in the committees and assembly last year, we were not able to introduce the bill. So I just want to make sure that we have a motion authorizing Assemblymember Bravenek to introduce the legislation, and this is the motion.
we're going to discuss this at the May 19th meeting.
Well, I'm already making the motion. That's my concern, is if we wait till the May 19th meeting, that the backup in the committee in the assembly will not be able to accommodate our request. So I want to put in the motion that introduces the legislation, and then we can, I don't know what there is to debate at this point, considering we have talked about this at length, both at board meetings.
Is there a second?
Yep, Bingham will second.
I'm in the middle of making the motion, so could I read it, please? And then, so whereas the town board of the town of Monroe recognizes the financial benefit of establishing a hotel motel occupancy tax to generate revenue for local services, infrastructure, and tourism-related expenses, and whereas such a tax cannot be imposed by the town without enabling legislation from the New York State Legislature, and whereas State Senator James Skoufis has introduced a bill authorizing such legislation for similarly situated municipalities, including the town of Monroe, it seeks to enact similar legislation tailored to its jurisdiction. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe formally requests that the New York State Legislature enact legislation authorizing the town of Monroe to impose a hotel or motel occupancy tax consistent with the language introduced by Senator Skoufis at 5% into the general fund. The town supervisor is authorized to transmit this request to Assembly Member Carl Brabenak and Senator James Skoufis for introduction of a same-as bill in both houses of the legislature. And 3, upon introduction of the bill and assignment of bill numbers, the town board shall consider a subsequent resolution to authorize the supervisor and town clerk to execute the required home rule request forms pursuant to the New York State Constitution.
Bingham will second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Scangarello, nay.
Poole, nay.
Richardson, aye.
So it did not progress. We can bring it up again at the May 19th meeting.
I have a strong fear that we're going to miss the deadline and not be able to get this legislation enacted, which is exactly what happened last year, so.
We didn't get this until very late.
It was not very
something that-
late,
it was
as
very
we've
late.
discussed this from last year forward, and
I
it's a
do
very
not
standard
consider
bill.
having a conversation with Assemblyman Brabenak at a parade to be an actual
The
discussion.
amount of times that this has been brought forth in both email
Okay.
and to this board,
So,
we've
Public
taken
comment?
up
Public
hours of town
comment.
time about it, and it's extremely standard
do
language
we have
for the
anyone signed
bill.
up for public comment?
I'm just going to interrupt there 1 second. If you can please send
I
that
will
to me
email
so I
it
can
to you.
include that for the minutes. Thank you. Public comment, Carol Soteropoulos. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that right, and you'll have 3 minutes. Thank you. Just please announce your name and speak into the mic.
Yeah, sure. Carol Soteropoulos, 24 Strauss Lane, Monroe. Hi, I'm here just to report on a fabulous event that took place this past weekend and that it's going to continue. We're going to have another event on May 17th. This is an event that the title is Hands Off Hudson Valley, and it is a pro-democracy event, and we had a tremendous turnout of over 70 people this past Saturday in support of civil liberties and human rights. Monroe Republicans, Democrats, and Independents all came together as Americans to protest the ruthless cuts, the dismantling of important agencies under the current administration of our country, and what was supposed to be the deportation of illegal immigrants and has instead turned out to be the illegal deportation of many legal immigrants. This is a safe space for all Americans of every political persuasion to join together and demand that the rule of law is upheld for each and every resident and citizen of our country, which is a right granted to us by the 14th Amendment. I'd also like to say we asked the local Monroe Village Police if we needed a permit, and the immediate response, I'm happy to say, was no, this is your constitutional right. Okay, so we'd also like to remind our elderly residents, if at all possible, to get a 90-day refill on all prescription medication. I know this sounds unrelated, but it is related. There are shortages coming because of the Trump tariffs of many day-to-day supplies, and we want to protect the health and safety of our friends and neighbors in the Monroe community. So thank you, and just watch out. We'll have leaflets going out. We organized this in a very short period of time. And we were amazed that 70 people were able to come, and we're hoping for an even, bigger showing coming up May 17th. Maybe you've heard that the town of Warwick has one of these kinds of rallies or standouts, whatever you want to call it, every Saturday at 10 a.m. So this is a growing, it happened in Goshen a week ago. So it's a growing movement in our region as well as across the country. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
That's all for public comment.
Okay.
I just have a
Anybody else want to?
board comment. If we're closing the meeting, I just have board comments unrelated, but I just wanted to make a statement that contrary to what has been circulating on social media about a case that the town of Monroe is involved with at the federal level, that I'm sitting right here at a public meeting and I have yet to be served for such a case. I am not dodging anything, and I find it inappropriate to use a case that is costing the town, quite a chunk of change in legal fees as political fodder, and it is not in the town's interest, according to our legal advice, to make any kind of statements, especially for the opposition. So I'm not being called in my official capacity by our legal team to support our argument. It is a complete, request from the other side. So I'm sitting right here at a public meeting and I'm yet to be served. So that's all I wanted to say to clear up these ridiculous attacks on social media. So thank you.
Okay. Anybody else from the board have anything? And I make a motion that we go into for collective bargaining agreements as they pertain to a particular employee.
Second.
Call the question?
Bingham, aye?
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
Okay.
Next user. Purple van. Mary, did you think you were getting kidnapped or?
Okay. George, are you ready? Always. Oh. All right, excellent. I'd like to make a motion that we return to the town board meeting of May 5th, 2025 at 7:59 PM.
Second.
Call the question?
Bingham, aye?
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.
And with no other business before the board, I make a motion that we adjourn the May 5th, 2025 meeting at 7:59 and 15 seconds.
Second.
Call the question?
Bingham, aye?
Scangarello, aye.
Poole, aye.
Richardson, aye.